Thank you, and this is going to be truly an exciting session, my dear friends, because this session comprising all youngsters, how Periyar's ideology influenced them. Some of them are not from the home of, for people like me, I'm a second generation Periyarist. But for some of them, today it is not going to be. They have adopted Periyar's ideologies by reading Periyar books. May I welcome one after another to go and occupy? Yes, please. Welcome. Let me quickly. Okay, fine. Starting from that extreme left, that is. Settled. Starting from that one. See, look at that. This is Periyar. You see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 women and only one gentleman. What is this? Yes. You guys pushed him to the other end, right? Starting from, very enterprising Sunil Prabhakar, who is popularly known as Tamilan Prabhakar. Welcome, Tamilan. Then next to him is a young lady from Bangalore, but actually she is from Nagarkoilu. She is Sajitra, followed by Dr. Yarini. She is quite well known, popular in the DMK circle. Followed by my very young friend, Romila Batma. Romila is daughter of a well-known couple, Swapna and Giridhar. Then after that is, yes, you have been seeing this lady from the morning. Not lady, she's a young girl, but the way she was commanding every one of us, phenomenal. Research scholar, Erilaracy. I would say if people like Professor Dr. Armstrong, Kumaresan, all of us, we have done some, planning and other things. There are only few people who have gone beyond the board, worked tirelessly for the last 5-6 days, sleepless nights. That is none other than Ruxana. Fantastic Ruxana, because she brought out that abstract, which we thought would not have happened. Please take your seat. It's quite interesting. Originally, the panel was only 3 or 4, but now it's increased. Very good, actually. But be assured that the session will go only for 1 hour, followed by an exciting, cultural program. Shall we start from the other side or this side? In the Pakama? Okay. You take the mic. Ruxana, as I said, Ruxana is not, the second generation. I would say that, she imbibed from so-and-so, great-grandfather, nothing of that kind. I was quite surprised when she was introduced to me by Professor Dr. Armstrong. Her ideologies, her vision, everything is phenomenal. Let's hear from Ruxana. I call her fondly Ruku because many times I find it difficult to pronounce. So Ruku, tell me how Periyar impacted in your life.
I am actually a woman who have to follow some rituals, customs, because I have to pray 5 times a day. I hope you understand.
Yeah.
I actually read Periyar and I come over, I am sitting here. That is the ideology and identity of mine.
Who introduced Periyar works to you?
My parents brought me in such a way that I have to follow certain. I was not at all pray. I used to go to compared to my other relatives. I am totally different from them. Actually, my parents brought me in such a way. From them I learned Periyar. Recently, I got married. Fortunately, he is also followed Periyar followist.
Unfortunately,
So,
if he, wait.
so
Wait. Unfortunately, if he's not.
I make him too. Fortunate.
Ah, that's beautiful. Okay, over to Eril Arasi. Yes.
Thank you.
Eril Arasi, you as your name suggests, the most beautiful women in this hall. Tell me, I think, your second generation, right? I know you're third generation. Okay. Third generation. Are you not tired of hearing Periyar in your house, or do you have imbibed? After some time it becomes tradition also. But have you imbibed Periyar's ideas in you? What is that Periyar's women rights and social equality means to you?
Yes, good evening, and myself, Larasi.
If you
I'm
want to talk, you can come and talk here. If you want to talk, you can come and talk here. I'll go and sit. Because if you talk there, then it's very difficult. She has prepared for this last 48 hours. Go ahead.
Yes, I'm the third generation in my family, and in childhood itself we learned Periyar Anna Kalanjar daily. In my house also we have all the three photos only. The morning wake up and even night when I'm going to sleep, I saw those photos only. So it's very and. Day by day I'm learning many things from new about Periyar, so it's not boring and all.
Give me one of his thoughts on women rights, which do you think impresses you a lot?
Yes, first of all, as a literature student, learn about feminism. Whenever we talk about feminism, we talk about first wave, second wave, third wave, and all. In 21st century only, we are asking for the right for reproductive rights and body autonomy. But in Periyar, 1940 itself, 30 itself, he talk about. That's reproductive rights because marriage is not customs and motherhood should be in that was forced to the women, but he talked about in 1930s itself, but in western we now only we are asking for that, so that make me more.
These are all good theories, but I want to know from you,
Yes.
has it in any way impacted you in your life?
Yes, in my personal life itself, I am proudly say that my parents had a self-respect marriage. But when it comes to my life, that society put a lot of pressure in that. But I got unfortunately I got married. But in my life, I want to take.
Many of them in the audience also would like to subscribe to that view that unfortunately they got married. Good, go ahead.
Yes, but in my life, there is a situation to take a big decision to separate from that my married life. So because of this third generation and all, my parents, my relatives, and my friends have a idea that death daughter is better than divorced daughter, because nowadays we are learning that we are hearing and continuously we are hearing the suicide committed by the women because of dowry harassment and failure in married life. But I took a now only I can able to see that okay, I get a very strong decision and I'm strong in that too. So
Thank you,
that
thank
I
you.
get that from Periyar's
Thank you.
thoughts. Thank you.
Romila, are you the youngest in this panel?
I think I am.
Or next only to me, right?
For
Okay.
sure.
Romila, what is that name? Is something different, right?
Yeah, it means heartfelt in Bengali, or so I have been told.
Okay. Tell me about your experience as a proud daughter of, very successful practicing lawyers. They'll be very busy. But in spite of that, you are so different. I'm seeing you from the childhood. What does it make you as an atheist?
Okay, so I did not exactly grow up with the teachings of Periyar, but my parents are Periyarists, so that is all I've ever known. There was no before Periyar for me. Uh, So atheism. When I was about 4 years old, I was still believing in God because all my family used to pray. And once I suddenly realized we didn't have a puja room in our house, So I asked my dad, why do we not have a puja room? And then, to my surprise, he said he doesn't believe in God. But my parents did make sure to tell me that they don't believe in God, but I can if I wanted to. It was just my own choice, but they did not believe in God. So that was my first uh, beginning to atheism. So other than that, in school, it's not a big deal that I'm an atheist, but when people realized I was an atheist, they could not fathom that I did not worship anybody. So everybody started calling me devil worshipper or like ghost friend. It was all in fun. They weren't like bullying me or anything, but they are not able to imagine a life where somebody does not believe in God.
Did you get into any kind of conversation with them, and did you try to corner them with? Because I remember when I was a school kid, one of them asked, if you don't pray, you won't get good marks, you will fail. I asked them immediately, what about those people who failed already are the believers? So there is no correlation at all. Something like that, did you encounter?
So there have been a lot of encounters. I do not intentionally go into such conversations because I am the odd one out. There's everybody crowding around me who will ask me, why don't you believe in God? So there are a lot of questions that I've gotten. For instance, why not just believe in God so that in case he exists, you will go to heaven? For that, one of the questions is, which God do I believe? There are a lot. And secondly, belief is not a choice. It's what you believe and what you think. There's also one experience where one of my friends asked, when he realized I was an atheist, he said, so you can murder people and you won't, there's no consequence for you. So my response to that is, if hell is the only thing that is keeping you from murder, I don't think you're a good human. You have to have moral values that is not defined by God.
Thank you. Now let's move on to Dr. Yarini. Dr. Yarini, you have said here in your brief note, in my experience, I have observed that leanings towards an ideology in general often do not carry forward to the second generation. Why do you say so?
No, I mean, let me just start with, my experience, from all
Please.
the experience that I've seen, the one thing that I see is there's a lack of conversations in the household, right? So my awakening with regards to the movement, it came. I'm similar to Elder Heresy. I'm a third generation Dravidian, individual. But the first, very in-depth conversation in my household was, and it was about the reservations. I finished my 12th. I was supposed to join my college, and I had the counseling. That is when the topic of reservation came in. I'm really glad that my parents didn't just hand me over the caste certificate. They just didn't tell me which community I belong to. They didn't just stop with that. They made me sit. They explained to me what reservation is, why is it important, and most importantly, the struggle that was behind the reservation. But once I got to the college, that's when I realized that such conversation never occurred, not even among one of my peers in my college. We were 100 in my medical college in my year, but none of them even had a conversation about reservation. At the same time, I also saw how media portrayed reservation. It actually created a cruel paradox in a way that those who availed reservation, I'm pretty sure the students out here, majority of us would have availed reservation. But the media has been portraying reservation in such a bad light that those who avail reservation, they start feeling guilty to an extent that they start feeling inferior about utilizing the constitutional right that has been given to them. So that is when I thought that there's a lack of conversation from,
Do you subscribe to the view that many of them say reservation is a concession given to us,
No.
or reservation is a matter of right for us?
It is definitely a matter of right. There was education, employment was inaccessible. It was made inaccessible to us because of the caste system. So, in order to rectify the damage that has been done in the society, reservation was brought in as a rectifying measure. Again, the Brahmins, they've migrated abroad. After going there, they availed affirmative action. But then sitting there in the New York or London, they talk ill about the reservation out here. The interesting point is that most of the North Indian medias and also the national medias and the media prints as well, it's been led by the Brahmins. It was actually, at least to a major extent, even now it is being handled by the Brahmins. So they constantly put out a narrative saying that the reservation is anti-equality. So that is the, even today.
No, it is not just Brahmins. What we've seen, many of the upper caste people
Yeah.
also,
Yeah.
who were benefited in the earlier generation, now they say that reservation is, system is affecting merit and other things. That is a real ironical.
Yes, yes.
People who fought to get into a compartment, train compartment to take a seat, now he occupied the seat and says others, no, don't come in, there is no place.
Exactly.
Right?
That's why Justice Chandrachud, he put out a statement during one of such judgments that, the empowerment is not just about one individual getting, it was actually, the case was about the reservation, the promotions, okay, for the OBCs and the SC/STs. It was about the reservation, the promotions, which was actually denied for the OBCs. No reservation for you for promotion, only for entry you will get reservation. So Chandrachud said, it is not about one individual getting a promotion, but it is about the empowerment and the progress of the community as a whole. So this reservation in promotion is also very essential, for the empowerment of the society as a whole. So there are very few instances where we get judgments which are based on social justice, who understand the society, the realities of the society. And I think we need more of our people in the judgment, to be going as the judges.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. See, very good, very good. I have seen all of them for many, many months, and some of them from their childhood. Incidentally, I met you only today, Sajitra. You are from Bangalore, right? Okay. I was quite surprised when you called me for something else regarding publication of a book. You were talking about the book. I was only thinking about you are coming and attending and talking to the people, because you spoke so well about Periyar in those 5 or 10 minutes in our conversation.
Very kind of you, sir.
First, tell me,
Yes, sir.
Tamil varuma?
Tamil varum, sir. Na Nagarkoil, sir.
I think she deserves a big round of applause because nallave kai tadla. Yeah. Yes. Tell me about, you are definitely, I presumably you are not the second generation or third generation like Yarini or Yarilaras.
No.
Tell me how did you come across Periyar in this, in this world where people hardly know anything about their own brothers and sisters or even close kith and kin. But how did you come to know about Periyar?
It was a need, sir. Periyar expanded my mind. I'll straight away start with that. I grew up in a Panchayat town near Nagarkoil, and we had a homogeneous culture. So, as a child, I did have questions. I did have questions about the norms, because there were a lot of restrictions on women. So, wearing pants, that would be a sin. Wearing lipstick would be a sin. So the subservience of a woman, that was a default. That was something that they took for granted. That's how the society operated there. So I did have questions, but I always felt like a misfit for even thinking those questions. I remember I showed my poems to a teacher, and he just coughed and said, "You have so much fire in you, but don't get burnt." So it was when I read Periyar that I felt seen, I felt validated. Because here is a man for whom questioning is not just an act of rebellion. It's an act of responsibility, and nothing was off limits to him. Not even himself. Now I have this quote on my wall which says, "Do not accept anything that contradicts your intelligence or common sense." The Tamil words are, எங்கு கேட்டிருந்தாலும் எங்கு படித்திருந்தாலும் நானே சொன்னாலும் உன் புத்திக்கும் உன் பொது அறிவுக்கும் பொருந்தாத ஒன்றை நம்பாதே. So he gave me permission. So he gave me permission to question things that were off limits to me, and in that process I understood the world. I made sense of the world. So that's how much Periyar has impacted me.
But how do you think that Periyar's, the ideology?
Yes, sir.
Yes, nearly after 90 years after he has written that very famous book, Penniye
Nadimayanal. Yes, sir.
Since you are translating and giving your commentary to that, I
Yes,
thought I
sir.
could ask you a question. How, today is relevant, those ideas of Periyar, How do you think that will go to the next generation?
Next generation. Absolutely, sir. I believe that Periyar was ahead of times. And we are beginning to understand, we are beginning to comprehend, even when we look at the legal frameworks. In 1929, in his Chengalpet conference, the first resolution was equal property rights for women. It took our government 60 years. When I say our government, I mean Tamil Nadu. It took Tamil Nadu 60 years to get there. It took India 91 years. So the closure to that happened only in 2020. So I don't know whether it would take centuries to even comprehend this man. And when I think of relevancy, the other point that comes to my mind is we have a working prototype here, sir. We are doing better than most other states. So if I were to look at Dravida Nadu, Tamil Nadu and our neighboring states, when I look at other the states outside, for them social justice is a break. So they think they are doing social justice, so, and they will think, will we grow in spite of social justice? But in Tamil Nadu, we are growing because of social justice. Social justice is our engine. So the reason being, we invested in our people. That is because of Periyar.
But you are coming from a city which is also equally powerful and well developed, Bengaluru.
Yes, sir.
Then how do you compare the situation in Bengaluru and Chennai?
Okay. So, for me,
I'm talking about the socio-political situation. How, you are in an IT sector, am I right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
How do people there talk about here? If you see in Tamil Nadu,
Yes, sir.
a vegetable vendor or a person in a very high-profile company,
Yes,
all
sir.
of them talk about all these issues that we discussed
Yes,
this morning.
yes.
But I'm just asking about you. What is the situation in Bengaluru?
They need Periyar more than ever. I believe there is still lack of awareness, I would say, in terms of what social justice could do. So I believe we would need to do a better job in showing the results. So Tamil Nadu, we are the second highest GDP across India. We are at 11%. And we are the leaders in healthcare, women, and that's only because our income base is wide. So when other states, the growth is limited, a certain section will grow. So it's like they can't sprint. Your body should be proportionate, and that's a model that Tamil Nadu can show others in terms of how social justice.
Yeah.
Yes.
Sunil. Sunil, I'm just going to continue from where she left. You are also an IT expert.
Yes.
Today you are way ahead of others in the artificial intelligence and other areas. I'm quite surprised because you have time to come here also. My question to you is, you are working with the people from different parts of the country, right?
Yes.
You know many people. Now, from their perspective, how do you look at Tamil Nadu? Because we always say we are top. We are right. All that it is again. We have to see what is their perception about us. These fellows will always boast about themselves. No, it shouldn't be like that. You tell me.
Okay. Actually, it's a good question. Actually, one of my colleague, he is from Kerala. One day, myself and he had a lunch. He asked the question. Actually, Tamil Nadu is a land of temple. Whenever I see, I'm able to see some temple. But how people, you are choosing the government, the people who are not believing the God, who are hater of religion, how you are choosing that people? He asked the question. Yeah, we are choosing because we have enough maturity to differentiate. Why? Because the Periyar is not the primary fighting is not against God. She is primary fighting for the woman empowerment, social justice, equality. When he ran for his vision, he saw some barrier. That is God. So he want to throw away the barrier. Then he ran for his vision. So one of the famous quote we had. So I called out this quote in front of my friend. Kadavulai mara manidani ninai. So if the only goal for Periyar is to fighting against God, he stopped the quote in between, forget the God, but he is fighting for the humanity. That's why he continuing the quote that remains the human. So he fight for humanity. That's difference. The people from Tamil Nadu are able to differentiate. That's why we are choosing the people who is fighting for social justice, who is fighting for equality, who is fighting for woman empowerment. So that's how the people are seeing us.
Perhaps you may be one of oldest in this panel, I presume so. Definitely. Okay. Leave me out of that. I'm not part of the panel. My question to you is, how do you think we can reach out and spread the ideology of, because people today, 20, 30, 40 years back was different. People had plenty of time. They take a cycle, ride for 2 kilometers, 3 kilometers, wait and listen to leaders' speeches and all that. Today, everything is real. I know one of my friend here, the other day I saw him, he was listening to an audio at a speed of 3. I said, I couldn't hear at all. He said, I'm waiting for the 4 to come so that I can quickly absorb whatever is told. It's only oddly 1.5 minute audio. He doesn't have a patience. He make it at a 3x speed. How do you think we can reach out to the generation, the Gen Z? What is your suggestion?
So what I am thinking, I have a idea to make it this. So I want to make the visually making our ideology to to reach the audience is very easy compared to writing or speaking. So I have a thought, I have some idea. So create some animation how Periyar is fighting. So the people are so curious about the animations, right? We need to create more videos, more animations to reach the how we created the Periyar Vision OTT, right? Similarly, we need to create more platforms because the ideology what Periyar explained the 100 years before, that we can speak after 100 years also. Because here vision, his thought process is completely ahead of the centuries, I can say. Still some idea, if I read Penny and Adimayanal today, I'm able to see how I can accept the particular terminology today. I am not able to accept completely, but how that man said before 100 years, then even after 100 years we are able to follow, we can understand, okay, Periyar is trying to say this. So we need to continuously telling to our generation by visually, instead of only with writings, we need to tell them visually. That's my idea.
Thank you. Now I want to ask all the women in this panel. In Pen and Adimayanal, Periyar says the women has the power. We'll start from you. Hold it. Every one of you should answer this question. Listen carefully. In Pen and Adimayanal, he says that women should have her own right to choose when to get married, and women should decide when she should give birth to child, and if need be, she should not hesitate to remove her uterus also. Right? How do you subscribe to that? I don't know how women in those days would have taken that. When one English lady visited Periyar, when I told that, she got shocked. But I want to see your reactions to that. Please start from you. Can you understand? Because you're a schoolgirl, you're not supposed to answer that. Let it go to things. You ready to answer? No. Leave it. Never mind, right? Okay, go ahead. Yes, go ahead.
Okay. So usually people, at least I feel that women are seen as a burden, which is why they want to just give her off to somebody so that it's not their problem anymore. Okay, talking from my experience, for instance, so many of my friends want to color their hair or wear piercings. The only excuse that they're given by their parents is kalyanathu appra eduvena paniko, because after that it's not their problem, it's the husband's problem. So I think autonomy is very important, that a woman should be able to control what she does to her own body. I mean, as long as it's not dangerous or anything, she should be able to control what happens to her. And I don't think marriage should be seen as an end goal. It should just, if you want to marry, you should be able to marry. Society should not pressure people into marrying and having children, because most of the pressure falls on the woman. And women should not be seen as breeders. They should be seen as people actual humans who are able to create life.
Thank you. Over to Leela Rasheed, please.
Yes, all these things make us weak. That's why Periyar told us to get rid of that. So those suggestion idea was nowadays we are asking for that in a feministic way. So I'm agree with that, and that's needed one for.
What about yours? How do you subscribe that?
Yes, sir. It is our rights when to have child, when we have to remove our uterus. No one can control us. It is our body. It is our rights. Simple. That's what Periyar says. You can claim your rights through your voice. நீங்கள் வாய்ஸை ரைஸ் பண்ணி என்னைக்கு பேச ஆரம்பிக்கிறீங்களோ, என்னைக்கு சிந்திக்க ஆரம்பிக்கிறியோ, என்னைக்கு நீ கேள்வி கேட்க ஆரம்பிக்கிறியோ, அன்னைக்கு நீ உன்னையே நீ வந்து புரிஞ்சுக்கிட்ட அப்படின்னு அர்த்தம்.
Fantastic, fantastic. Yes, doctor.
So, with regards to what Periyar said, I think recently there was a huge controversy going around the uterus issue, basically. So, with regards to the population control, I'll just quote an example from my own family.
Please.
Yeah.
Can you please raise your voice bit?
Okay. My maternal grandparents, okay, they had 10 children, 6 of whom were girls. My paternal grandparents had 8 children, 4 of whom were girls. Okay, same. Yeah, okay. So this has been the norm in Tamil Nadu, or in fact in India for quite in the early 60s and 70s. So at that point of time, gladly and fortunately, just because my grandparents had the Dravidian leaning, they ensured that the girl children got educated, they got into the jobs. Okay. So all my aunts, right, they have only 2 children right now, maximum. Okay, 1 or 2 children. So that is a transformation not just in my family, but the entire Tamil Nadu. We didn't drag the women to the hospital, we didn't get them sterilized. Okay, but instead we educated them, we gave them the awareness about their own body rights. If not, the Periyar had not advocated for women education, if Periyar Anna and Kalaignar had not rallied for women education, if Kalaignar had not brought in policies to drag women for girl children to school, we wouldn't have been able to control the population. Today, Tamil Nadu's fertility rate is 1.3, which is far below than that of the entire India. So it was only through education that we are able to do this. Give them the autonomy, give them the awareness of autonomy. I just have a question for the men out here. Those families who are deciding on completing their family, how many men go for vasectomy? None. It's again, the burden is put on the women to go and get another surgery, get your tubes ligated. So even the childbirth is again not the responsibility of women. It has to be seen as equal. I think sir is from the north, right? So we have a tendency, we have a practice in Tamil Nadu wherein we have given up a caste surnames. Instead, we go for initials. Okay. So I have a request for the men from the Dravidian fraternity. How many have your wife's initial, maybe in the name, in the initial of your children? There are very few, right? So again, it should start from our fraternity. I think we'll take it up from here and include the women who's been an equal part in everyone's family, and respect them and recognize their efforts.
That's a beautiful suggestion. Yes. Yes, Raj, your opinion on that.
I'll start with marriage, sir. The reason a woman should choose her own life partner. So Periyar's concept of marriage is a contract between 2 individuals, but the prevailing societal expectation of marriage, or why a common man marries, is to fulfill their desires, to produce children and acquire a subordinate. Now, all other forms of oppression happens outside our house. There will be aristocracy where the rich oppresses the poor. A certain class oppresses. Patriarchy. So, unless a woman has this right to select a companion who sees her for herself, that's not going to stop. That is one, sir. The other part about having children, again, Periyar's ideology was radical for even today. So he said it was not even for public health. It was for liberty. He said the reason a woman is able to cannot pursue a career, or the reason she feels weak, is because she goes through that cycle. And we were having a conversation. So during those times, it's the same cycle. The woman is either pregnant or she just delivered a kid. So for him to say that this is related to liberty, that was radical. And I'm amazed to see so many young women now adopting that ideology. Women are choosing not to get married. Women are choosing not to produce children. For the sake of liberty. And he also said, there was a question posed to him where, I know I'm going on. There was a question posed to him whether isn't that a moral obligation for a woman to continue the species. He said, not our problem. There is enough issues as it is. Population hasn't solved anything. We are not living aligned to nature. Not our problem. So completely with Periyar, and I'm amazed and I'm glad that many women are choosing that route.
That's an excellent point, but now very interesting to Sunil. You are really in a fix now, because all of them in one voice unanimously agreed and accepted and practicing what Periyar said 90 years back. Now tell me honestly, where are you?
Okay. Actually, in my life, I can split my life into two. Before Periyar, after Periyar. So today, I am living a happy marriage life. That's because of Periyar. Because Periyar called out, treat your life partner as a friend, not as a husband, not as a wife. Treat them as a friend. So actually, the gender equality, Periyar taught me. So in my house, actually, my wife don't have an interest to cook. So I used to cook. So I am taking care of household activities. So in my mind, I never have a thought, cooking is a woman's activity, why I am doing. I never have a thought because of Periyar. My relatives insist me, you can ask your wife to learn cooking. Why should I? If she interested, she will learn. Why should I ask her? So one day my mother-in-law sarcastically called out, because of I am taking care of household and other. I think my son-in-law feel bad for become a Periyarist because of taking her household activities. Actually, she sarcastically called out, but she was happy because we are living a happy marriage life, because we are living as a friend. We are not living as a husband and wife. We are living as a friend because of the thought who taught us Periyar. Periyar is the reason for my happy marriage life.
We are now getting into the last round. A very quick question to all of you. It can start from your side and end here. If I ask you one ideology of Periyar which has impressed you a lot, which one would you say? You know, Periyar has said so many things about not only women emancipation, caste eradication, social justice, atheism, so many are there. Which one impresses you a lot?
Removing the caste name from the surname. Because my grandfather has a caste name as a surname. My father have 5 brothers. No one have a caste name as the surname.
நீங்க முன்னால உட்கார்ந்துட்டு தம்பி பின்னால நிக்கிறாங்க வெளியில, நீங்க வந்து பிரிவிலேஜ்டா முன்னால வந்து உட்கார்ந்துருக்கீங்க. அவர் பேசுறது புரியல அப்படின்னா சொல்லுங்க, நான் தமிழ்ல பேச சொல்றேன். பட் இங்கேயே நீங்க பேசும்போது நான் பார்க்கும்போது எனக்கு ரொம்ப கஷ்டமா இருக்கு. வேலையெல்லாம் விட்டுட்டு இங்க வந்து எதுக்கு உட்கார்ந்து பேசணும் இல்ல? ப்ளீஸ் தப்பா எடுத்துக்காத. Carry on. Please go ahead.
So my father have 5 brothers. So no one have a caste name as a surname. When we have occasionally meeting all of us together, one of my father's brother, they sarcastically called him with a caste name for teasing him. So as a kid, we come to know, okay, calling one person with a caste name is a shame. So within a generation, Periyar make the changes. My grandfather has a caste name as a surname, but when my father called anyone as a caste name with a surname, I thought it is a shame. Don't call anyone with a caste name. So that is the biggest change. But till now, I am working in IT sector. Everyone from other states, we are calling them with some surname. Only Tamil Nadu don't have any surname.
Excellent,
That's because
excellent,
of Periyar.
excellent.
That is the biggest thing.
Let's ask Saji. Yes.
Yeah, yes.
You don't need to extend what he said.
Yes,
But
yes,
in
of
your
course.
perspective, which one do you consider the
Yes,
most?
sir. So for me, I look at the compassion he had. His anger was never reactionary. For instance, that's something that even now I think a lot. So he was not fighting against something that he was facing. He was an aristocrat. He was well respected. He was a man. And yet this man goes ahead and writes masculinity should die for women to be liberated. So that's what I'm learning from him. I'm trying to think how can I use that blueprint to include people who are not like me. So even within gender, I would say, even within gender, all women don't face the same problems. I was watching Nia Nana, and there one elderly woman. She said she saw a girl and she said, "I'm okay marrying my son off to you." And then that girl said that this is her caste. The woman was shocked, and then she said, maybe I would need to check back. So then I realized all women are not the same. So how can I include, how can I understand that there are trans women? What is it that we can do for them? There are Dalit women. What is it that we can do for them? Not in sense of how we can lead something. Even Periyar said, all the cats will not liberate the mice. So how can we enable platforms for them, for people who are unlike us, and have that righteous anger, not even as a reactionary method, but to include everyone else? That impressed me the most, sir.
Thank you. Now, doctor.
So it's the core of Periyar's ideology, women empowerment, right? So he was very, very, and moreover, Periyar was quite a dynamic person. He didn't have very strict rules. There's a quote of Periyar, in which he says that if there's an issue between, a bigger nation is oppressing a smaller nation, I would support a smaller nation. He goes on to saying, making many examples. At the end, he comes on to say, if a husband is oppressing a woman, I would stand with the woman. So he always had a critical thinking and analyzing capacity of the situation and then taking up a decision. And in that aspect, I saw the inheritance of Periyar's legacy, right? DMK, doing the same thing. The critical thinking of asking the questions of why, for whom, and who decides, right? These three questions, I would actually call them as a Dravidian lens, maybe. It is only through, this critical thinking and using these three questions, we can see a lot of schemes. Today, the gross enrollment ratio for women in Tamil Nadu is around 47. While that of the whole of India is only in the 20s. It will take another 2 decades for India to reach to this, 47. The more interesting fact is the scheduled caste men. Their gross enrollment ratio is lower than that of the scheduled caste women. So women are in a better place in Tamil Nadu. It's only because of the Dravidian ideology that pitched in for and prioritized women's education. So I think today, everything, the women of Tamil Nadu or even the India per se, they owe it to Periyar and the self-respect movement.
Excellent. Yes.
For me, it's definitely feminism. I was reading Penne and Adimayanal today, and one of the chapters talks about how bravery, courage, and anger is assigned to men, and only love and care is assigned to women. I've also had a lot of experience in my life where people have called me a boy. You can fight, you're a boy. The way you walk looks like you're a man. So what? Also, you should not identify confidence with men. I think that's a very...
In fact, it is other way around. To be very honest with you, men are not very bold, brave, or with confidence.
I was also called a feminist as an insult. So,
because yesterday, most of us men, we thought that those things would not happen this morning. For example, the abstract. There was only one woman who was very confident and said, "We will bring it. Go to sleep well, sir." So she obviously a bravest lot. Yes, yeah.
And I want to share a quote from the Pavendar Baridasan. தொண்டு செய்த பழுத்த பழம் துயதாடி மார்பில் விழும் மண்டை சுரப்பை உலகம் தொழும் மனக்குகையில் சிறுத்தை எழும் அவர்தான் தந்தை பெரியார் தந்தை பெரியார். In the fourth line itself, we share that மனக்குகையில் சிறுத்தை எழும். So whenever I hear the name, as a woman, whenever I hear the name Periyar, I get a strength and the brave, whatever the situation may be, I can face and I can handle it. So I like to share. I observed self-respect and women empowerment from Periyar, and that's all.
Thank you. Over to Ruku last.
பெரியார் சொன்னாரு சார்,
என்ன சொன்னாரு?
பொண்ணுங்க கையில இருந்து கரண்டியை வாங்கிட்டு புத்தகத்தை கொடுக்க சொன்னாரு. அந்த புத்தகத்தை எங்க அப்பா எனக்கு கொடுத்தாரு. புத்தகத்தை மட்டும்தான் எங்க அப்பா கொடுத்தாரு. ஆனா என் கணவர் அதை என்கிட்ட திறந்து கொடுத்தாரு. எங்க வீட்டுல நாங்க 4 குழந்தைங்க, ஒரு ஆண் குழந்தை 3 பெண் குழந்தை. எங்க எல்லாருக்குமே எங்க அப்பா நல்ல ஹையர் எஜுகேஷன் கொடுத்துருக்காரு. நான் இப்போ பிஹெச்டி கம்ப்ளீட் பண்ணியிருக்கேன், தீசிஸ் சப்மிட் பண்ணியிருக்கேன், வைவாக்காக வெயிட் பண்ணுறேன். என் அக்கா பிஹெச்டி கம்ப்ளீட் பண்ணிட்டாங்க, என் தங்கச்சி பிஹெச்டி பர்சீவ் பண்ணிட்டு இருக்கா. என் அண்ணன் எங்கள் அப்பாவுக்கு ஈக்குவலாக லாயராக இருக்கான். ஸோ பெரியார் சொன்னபடி நடந்துக்கிட்டா நம்ம லைஃப் வந்து கண்டிப்பாக சேஞ்ச் ஆகும். எல்லாரும் பெரியார் வழியில் வந்து ஃபாலோவாக இருந்தால் நிறைய சேஞ்சஸ் வரும், சொசைட்டியில் வந்து நிறைய வரும். என் சைட்ல இருந்து நிறைய பெரியாரை ஃபாலோ பண்ணியும் நிறைய குறைகள் இருக்கு. அதுக்காக நானும் குரல் எழுப்பிக்கிட்டே இருக்கேன். சில விஷயங்களுக்கு ஆசிரியர்கிட்ட கேட்டதும் உண்டு, அதுக்குண்டான பதிலும் அவர் கொடுத்துருக்காரு. இல்லை நீங்கள் நினைக்கிறது வந்து கரெக்ட் தான், நீங்கள் சொல்கிறது கரெக்டு, ஆனால் அது வந்து சட்டப்பூர்வமாக அதை நிறைவேற்றினா மட்டும்தான் அது முடியும் அப்படின்னு. ஃபார் எக்ஸாம்பிள் நான் கேட்டேன், சார் நானும் என் ஹஸ்பண்டும் வந்து சுயமரியாதை திருமணம் பண்ணிக்கணும்னு இருக்கோம் ஐயா, ஆனால் அது வந்து முஸ்லீம் திருமண சட்டத்தில் வந்து செல்லுபடி ஆகாது, நான் இங்கே வந்து கல்யாணம் பண்ணிக்கிட்டாலும் அது செல்லாதுன்றாங்க, நான் என்ன பண்ணுறது அப்படின்னு. அதுக்கு வந்து நிறைய சட்டத்திட்டங்கள் இருக்குது, அதில் நிறைய பிரச்சனைகள் இருக்குது. பட் திருமணம்ங்கிறது ஒரு பண்ணிக்கக்கூடிய ஒரு விஷயம். அது டு யுவர் முன்னோட புரிதலுக்கு ஏற்ற மாதிரி நீ பண்ணிக்கோ அப்படின்னு சொன்னார். என் திருமணம் எந்த சடங்கு முறையும் இல்லாமல் நடந்தது. எங்கள் அப்பா அம்மா அதுக்கு சப்போர்ட் பண்ணாங்க. என் ஹஸ்பண்ட் அவர் தான் வந்து ஐடியாலஜி, பெரியாரோட ஐடியாலஜிக்கு ஒரு நல்ல ஒரு எக்ஸாம்பிள். நான் என்ன நினைக்கிறேனோ அதுதான் அவர் நினைக்கிறாரு, அவர் என்ன நினைக்கிறேனோ அதுதான் நான் நினைக்கிறேன்.
பெரியார் வந்து உங்க கையில இருந்து கரண்டி தான் வாங்க சொன்னார், மைக் வாங்க சொல்லல. இதனால டைம் ஆயிடுச்சு, அதனால கேட்கறேன்
கொஞ்சம். பட் நான் இந்த நேரத்தில் வந்து என்னோட ப்ரொஃபஸருக்கு தேங்க் பண்ணணும்னு நினைக்கிறேன். டாக்டர் எம் தேன்மொழி மேம் ஃப்ரம் குயின் மேரிஸ் காலேஜ் ஃப்ரம் ஹிஸ்ட்ரி டிபார்ட்மெண்ட். ஷி இஸ் வித் மீ டுடே. தட்ஸ் வை ஐ எம் so strong and brave, because she is in front of me. I thank Tenmuri ma'am for being with me today. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you. And one last word. And when we were planning for this symposium, I said we should have definitely one panel discussion involving the youngsters, because all that we talk, all that we discuss is only amongst ourselves, the 40s and 50s and 60s. But it is pertinent that we need to know the perceptions and views of the youngsters, which is very, very important. And I really thank Professor Dr. Armstrong and Madam Dr. Kalai for including this event, because this is very, very important and proved to be very fruitful. Actually, a diverse views from different people, but all converged into one thought that Periyar is relevant not only in the past but today and tomorrow. And I extremely thank you, and especially for you from flying over from Bangalore to Chennai. You, every one of you, thank you very much for being part of this. Now, just stay for a minute. Professor Dr. Armstrong is there to honor you.
Sir, behalf of we are thanking you for this panel discussion. We really enjoyed it and we express our thoughts with you. We shared. இதோட முடிஞ்சிடக்கூடாது. இது வந்து வெறும் கிளைகள் தான், நிறைய வரணும்.
இந்த ஸ்கிரிப்ட் நான் எழுதி கொடுக்கவே இல்லை. இந்த ஸ்கிரிப்ட் நான் கொடுக்கவே இல்லை. இந்த ஸ்கிரிப்ட். Okay, go ahead.
My God. No God. It's really very interesting because I request all the panelists, one request I have. Please thank Olivandan with a big round of applause for his coordination. Please make a hashtag why Periyar matters. Okay? After the Oxford, okay, unveiling a portrait of Periyar, I want to make this as a great event in the University of Madras. So try to promote a hashtag why Periyar matters now. Okay? Let us create and let it go global. Okay? That is my kind request. Now I request Professor Tenmali to honor the panelist. Please come, madam. I request Professor Kalaiselvi to honor the second speaker. I request Mr. Dr. Devadas, Pro Vice Chancellor of Priest, to honor one of the panelists. Sir, வாங்க மேல வாங்க Professor. Sir, நீங்கள் வாங்க. Photo. தம்பி எடுத்தாச்சா photo? Yeah, give it to the third panelist. Give her a good round of applause. I request Mr. Mita to hand over one book edited by our Asriyar in English. Professor Srinivasan sir, a senior professor, to honor our panelists from Bangalore. Mr. Vijay Shankar sir, please. Thank you so much. A long time. Tenmali madam. Please.